So how do you think about next several years, populists will going to get power? Their government is leading their how to manage themselves. Which direction are they going to? How do you think?
The populists are going to?
Yeah, it's like instead of
Well, it's very simple.
Trump and Boris Johnson and all those people.
Right.
How they're going to lead?
So the only way they can go is that actually, I believe that the real issue here is globalization, and that the fact that globalization is not inclusive. So many people are losing in under globalization. Since that is a majority, populists can gain more influence. That means that basically, what if populists get their way, that means that we will move into an isolationist policy for many countries. So people are becoming more and more nationalistic, more and more trying to protect their own economies, and thereby protecting the people, because we are simply not capable of redistributing the wealth. It is very difficult to tax companies like Facebook or Amazon or whatever. These companies are basically just too agile. If for example, the United States would try to tax Facebook, Facebook would move its headquarters to wherever tax haven, and they would no longer benefit from the tax revenues. So this is a situation where states becoming less and less in power of the companies, the winners of globalization, and their only solution would be to isolate their economies against foreign influence. Well, this isolation will basically widen the rifts, the gaps between the countries, which could easily lead to tensions and even war situations.
So those actions based upon isolation, what's going to be happen?
Well, but that's what I believe is that this isolation will lead to less and less communication between countries and peoples of countries, which could easily lead to misunderstanding and us versus them, which could in turn lead to war situations.
Finally, what the result will suppose to be?
War.
War? No kidding.
Well,
You mean the physical war?
Yeah.
No kidding. Why did you show last Saturday globalization video? He supported globalization instead of nationalism, right?
Yeah. That's what he says. That basically, if we want to keep this going, what we need to do is we need to seriously address the situation of the losers within our country. We need to seriously help those people to get ahead. So not only just let it be and let it happen as it happens, and let the strong people take all the benefits of globalization and leave all the poor people behind. Because if we're going to do that, we're going to get into a situation where populists take over. We're going to get in a situation where basically people are going to call out for isolation to protect them, to protect their jobs. And since they are in the majority, that will probably happen.
Even China and Russia shake hands, but compared with America, power is a big gap still. They cannot wage war. They should 100% for sure they will be defeated, right? Even if EU in the middle.
But Uno-san, actually, you're talking rational. Like, okay, we're talking about people who will think about the bigger picture, who will think about the best interest of their country. But obviously, I don't think Trump has the best interest of his country in mind. He is there because he wants political power. So if that's what it takes, then he
His interest.
wouldn't hesitate.
His interest.
Exactly. He wouldn't hesitate to wage war because it doesn't hurt him. He doesn't have to go to the front line.
But his country or military will not follow on him.
I'm not so sure.
Really?
I'm not so sure.
Why are they going to wage war?
Well, he's on his way to start waging war in the Middle East again. Sure? He's going to bring thousands and thousands of troops back into a war situation.
No, he don't like that.
Absolutely.
He don't like war.
He's on his way.
He don't like war.
Well,
war.
I will tell you, he's going to do it.
Iran?
Yeah. He's going to do it. I mean, it's obvious. I tell you, within half a year, we are back in war in the Middle East.
Why he's going to do that?
Because
What is the reason?
You know what? Because a president in a war situation is always supported.
Oh, you mean he want to get support?
Yeah.
But people support president to.
Well, that's why they're trying to build their case. That's why they are pointing at Iran and trying to make it look as evil as they can. Everything, every statement about Iran, it's obvious. Now, yesterday there was again he proclaimed that it was clear. They saw the videos. It was obviously Iran. This is a very dangerous situation. He's really trying to wage war as quickly as he can.
Get his favor from people?
Yeah. He doesn't care.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
Edison,
Hi.
I have a question. Actually, for this populism, right? It reminds me a movie named of Purge, where the government kills the people because the reason of populism. So, will it happen in the future? Will they kill the people?
Kill?
Yeah,
Oh.
I watched the movie, but it sounds crazy. But I'm not sure whether it's true or not.
I wouldn't. I mean, the whole point of populism is to gain support of the majority, enough to get power. So populists in themselves, they don't really care. Take Boris Johnson, take Trump. They're obvious liars. They're not really telling the truth, and they don't care. They just want to make their point. That's it. And whether or not that represents the truth, it's not really clear. I mean, Boris Johnson used to be a reporter who was fired because he was making up stories that didn't really happen, just to create headlines. This kind of person is becoming a politician, clearly, because they are lying. So the point is basically to do whatever the people want, and you get more support if you can make them more passionate. So the more you can create this us versus them, the more you can create this tension within society, the more power you will get, the more support you will get from the people that are behind you.
It means they don't seriously consider for their people.
No, not
So
at all.
ma-
It's
what-
obvious. I mean, Trump and his supporters are totally different people. Right? I mean, basically, Trump is appealing to the low income, undereducated people. I think he hates those people, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. But actually, he made a commitment for them.
No, he made a promise, not a commitment.
Oh, promise, okay?
Yeah, but he never tells the truth. So do you think he keeps his promise?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay. This is you can get the answer?
Yeah.
So I am not 100% sure whether it will happen, but I don't think it's very unlikely. I don't think it's impossible
What's impossible?
that people will be killed.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so time is over today.
But I mean, basically, if you look at the situation in Rwanda, Rwanda, I don't know exactly when it was. I believe it was in the early
Rwanda
2000s.
is different. This is
It was, but actually,
actually this is a tribal war.
right. But it was feuded. It was basically people were played against each other via the radio. They were told these stories about this is happening, and our people are being killed by the Tutsis.
No, Tutsi is governed their nation for many years, and they had lots of repercussion
Right.
for the Hutu people.
But
So-
how did it? I mean, this hasn't. But so there was a big division in society, right? And how did it finally ignite? It was very simple. There were just radio shows popular radio shows that people were listening to, and they were spreading false rumors. It didn't really happen. They spread false rumors, but because the tensions in society were already so high, people believed it. They believed their leaders. They wanted to believe their leaders because deep down inside, they just wanted to kill the other people. They wanted to.
This is not populism.
Wage war.
This is repercussion.
No, I'm talking I'm not saying that this is the same as populism, but I'm saying that would people kill
Bad example.
very easily?
Bad example.
I don't think it's a bad example. No, it's just what I'm trying to say is that it's not so strange that people would kill for ideas. That people would kill because what are we doing if we go to war? We're fighting one country against the other, right? So we are all of a sudden we hate people from another country who I've never met, never talked to. It's just an idea. So you've planted an idea in somebody's head, and all of a sudden we're prepared to kill or be killed. I mean, people go to war against other people, even if they lose their life simply for an idea. So why wouldn't populism be capable of doing that? I think it's just like any other system. People are just very easily being manipulated into doing things that are completely contrary to their own self-interest. So yeah, I think it's actually quite likely that it could happen.